Hello, this is Judy. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be working on the Secret Garden Scrapbooking Workshop. I just wanted to show you everything that's included. So the instructions, of course, with the full color cutting guide and instructions for putting the layouts together. And they're so pretty. So, oh, that's not in there. I was just using that though. You get dots. These are enamel dots. And they're in colors, and then with I think it's a new green color, artichoke, so you get a whole sheet of those, and then these rainbow type pastels. A stamp set, which is gorgeous. Flowers. But I like it because it's a beautiful life, though. That could be a title. Memories you can always use on a layout. Happy, happy, happy. Yes, yes, yes. The love and the smile, they're nice sizes. And then there's some little fillers for stamping around, and then of course the beautiful flowers. And in there is the die cuts. So they're so pretty. And you also get thin cuts for just the flowers, and they are multi-layered. And look at these. These are, wow, just wow. I haven't created with them yet, but yeah, I'm going to be, and you will see that in a little bit here in this video. And then the paper. So you have some really nice titles and a lot of items that you can use for your layouts or cards. I love this light color. I think it's sage. Of course, sage is one of my most favorites, and they're great for borders, which is of course one of my things. I love borders. I love the yellow, and then on the other side is the same print but with a different color, and this is peach, this is honey butter, and then you've got glacier and periwinkle. So you get 2 sheets of each. Oh, let's look at the zip strip. Zip strip on that one is a dashed line on the side of the leaves. And then the honey butter and the peach. I think there's another floral. So you get 2 of those as well. And then the actual flower, which is gorgeous. So the honey butter and the peach. And the periwinkle and the glacier. You also get cardstock that you need, which is the, I believe, French vanilla, sage, periwinkle, peach, and honey butter. And then the coordinating cardstock, which is really great. This is so nice. So you get all the colors, 2 sheets of each, and there's a dot on the background. So it's a diamond pattern, and these would be good for anything, right? So the honey butter, glacier, I believe this is the new artichoke, and then your periwinkle and peach. I will be putting together the layouts that they showed in here. I might make some alterations, you never know, but it's a relatively simple layout designs and very easy cutting. There's not a lot of little pieces, you know, it's very large. So they have the full sheets, so I can see myself doing a lot of gutting because I want to save the paper that I put it on and some of the die cutting. So I will get everything cut out, and then I will put it together, layout number 1, and then I will make new videos for layout 2 and 3. I've got all the pieces cut out. I made a lot of extra little flowers and things. For the flower pieces that are textured when you die cut them, these ones here, I made them all with white or the French vanilla, and I plan to color them with my water brush. The optional technique that Close to My Heart did for this kit was stamp pad coloring. I love to use my water brush to watercolor. You could use any watercolors. You can use inks from your stamp pad. There's so many different ways to do it. So I'm going to use my inks to color those die cuts instead of cutting them out of colored cardstock like they did in the original design here. it goes through all the directions on how to prepare everything, and all it is stamp it and then use the stamp pad painting technique to color them. So that's all this is here. Let's see. And then it gets down here to the assembly, and you're going to use the French vanilla. And I've got all the pieces here. I love how they do their kits. I hope that Stampin' Up! Continues with this kind of idea. We'll soon see, because they're supposed to come out with some new kits soon. So the original design, you have one of these here, and that's for the second page. And depending on what color you want to use, you could use either side. You have two of them. And then you have this side, yes. And then either side of this. And then either side of this. And you have 6 of them, and then either side of this one. So it depends on what colors you want and what you have in your photos. And you're supposed to leave 1/8 of an inch in between all of them. So that's the layout. Then you have 3 photos, and a cluster here and a cluster up here. Let me find some photos, and I'm going to ink distress these so that they match my photos. Ink distressing just makes it a nice definition from the background, okay? It brings it up off the paper a little bit better, really creates a nice edge to draw your eye. So I'll be right back. The photos I selected are from one of my retreats. It was a turkey trot in November of 23. And these are photos of the winners for the various games that we played. Also, the door prize and spin the wheel. There's the Chinese auction. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. Everybody was really happy. And look at the little, I found these mugs with sunflowers. And then I got the little squishy turkey and woodchuck to give away as prizes. There was another one too, I can't remember, but she got a gnome. I want to get these into my scrapbook. I actually have a retreat scrapbook that I'm going to bring to the retreat so everybody can look at their photos. So if you're watching this video and you're in this, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, tell me you saw it. I'd love to hear it and see your comments. I'm going to put these down. I think I will have these 3 on one page, and then these like this on the second page. I'm going to ink these, and because these colors are more fall colors, I will probably use the honey butter. I do like this paper. I wish the flowers were, going the other way. I might have to cut that paper again, because I want the flowers facing up. Maybe I cut it wrong, I'm not sure. But I will do that, and then I'm going to ink the edges. I'm going to set out the other one. I think it's important to see what it will look like with the photos on it. And this will be in a flip flap, and then I will have journaling behind that. So I will ink the edges of my paper. And I think I will ink them with the green, because I have green on both of these, and that will help to make it all go together a little bit better. And the green is the sage or the pine, and I think I will use sage because it's softer. I don't want pine, it would be too dark and bold. If the sage isn't enough, then I could go to the pine, so we'll see. So I did cut these out here and here, and it was my fault. I cut it wrong, so follow the directions. Cut it the right way. And then I changed up one of the glacier pieces for this color, and I think this is artichoke. It's a lighter than the pine, which is here. As you can see, just a little bit lighter. I think I like that better because it's more green. Yeah, it will show after I get the photos cut down and matted. Now just to ink them. Okay, so I got my sage, and I got a new dauber, and I'm just going to lightly go over all of these edges just to give them a little more definition. And it's really not showing up on this green because It's already green. But it'll definitely show up on the Glacier and the Honey Butter, this one, so you'll be able to see the difference. So it's really going to enhance those edges. Right, so I'll do all my pieces and then I will be back. All right, I inked all the edges of these, and I want to show you how I put these down. When you have something like this, you can do a lot of intricate measuring, or you can just kind of go with it, which is how I do it. I'm going to put my base on my Versamat. You can use any mat that you might have with measuring lines on it, and there's a lot of them out there. I'm going to put the adhesive right down the center. 6 is the middle part, so I'm going to right in between those two, so they're 1/4 inch increments, so I'm going to do 1/8 of an inch. Get it lined up in between the two and put it down. Now for the other part, I'm going to do the top one. I'm going to go the same distance here. And these are 11 inches, so if I go by the 1/2 inch mark here, it's pretty well centered there. Before I press it down, I'm going to make sure that this go in between. Yep, okay. So I might want to leave a little more room instead of 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch here. Here it's still 1/2 inch. I'm going to just move it up. So we're a little below the 10-inch mark in there. And I have a T-square ruler. I could get it out and measure it and make it all precise. But being that they're a little distressed and I don't want a precise look, I'm okay with them if they're a little bit off. So that's how I measure where they're going to be. And now I will just put this one down the same way, and then this one, and then the middle one. All right, so let's do a comparison. This one has the inked edges, this one doesn't. Which one do you like better? Depends on the person you are. I like the ink edges. It really brings out the definition of the edges, if that's what you want. As you can tell with this one, it kind of blends into the background. Anything with the lighter color already there blends right into the background. See how this one really is distinguished. Depends on what you like better. I like the inked edges, and that's why I do it. Just wanted to show that comparison. Okay, this is as far as I've come with page 1. I did a little banner underneath the title, which is Winter, Winter, and it doesn't really pop enough still. It really got hidden with this background. It's very busy. So I think what I'm going to do is put some glitter on these. I put the date here, the flip flap with some of the writing. This is a sticker, stickers, and then these are some of the stamped images that were colored with the ink pad painting technique, which I'll show you in a second. This one was colored that way as well, very soft. These two and this. And then this is a sticker, and that's a sticker too. A sticker there, a sticker there. I matted them all on white. I probably could have done them on a dark green, would have helped to pop the photos, but I see the photos. I also added a strip underneath here, this dot. It was originally this color and the blue, but I think that kind of grounds it a little bit more, which helps. I think that's why this pattern they had underneath the photos, because it's a very busy pattern, and this one too. I am going to add some stickles to the title and to the flowers. That will help to pop those, and then I will move on to layout 2. I'm going to do the watercolor painting. And for these, I found inking to be the best. And I have some samples here. So this one is with the honey butter and the sage. It's periwinkle and sage, peach and sage, and glacier and sage. These are all with the peach. And then some of the honey butter to highlight the leaves. These were my first attempts. I did the actual painting with the water brush and the ink pad, and the paper just kind of disintegrated. Then I used some daubers, these, and much, much better. This is the honey butter, periwinkle, and glacier. I don't know if you can see the detail. There's one layer here that gets tucked under this layer, and then this is the top layer, and then this is a separate leaf. I'm going to need some more peach ones to go with the turkey trot theme, which is orange. And this is a really old one. I'll probably throw it away after doing this. I decided to use my craft sheet because I need to be able to spread the ink that's on the dauber and then be able to reuse it. So this is the way the flower is oriented. And then just color it. And a lot of this, it depends on what kind of cardstock you use to cut these out of. I have a stash of scrap white daisy white cardstock from who knows where. So that's what I used. And every now and then I'll start coloring one and it doesn't color very good. And I'm like, oh, that's not good. What happened with that one? And it's cardstock. So definitely use good cardstock. But I don't know which ones are which. I'm just going to do all of them. And then whatever ones don't turn out, don't turn out. And I'm going to make the middle dark because that is where the next piece is going to lay. So this will be my lightest one. So I'm not going to re-ink. And hopefully I'll have it a little bit lighter. I'm going to go directly from the ink pad to the paper now. Let's see if I can get it a deeper, darker. See how it really lightened up, didn't it? This is a lot of experimenting, and what's nice is you can just keep cutting these pieces and playing with them until you get one that you like. So nice. These are so cool. I really like these flowers. I don't know what kind of flowers they are. If you know what kind of flowers this represents, let me know. I'll glue those together, and then there's a little tiny itty bitty dot for the center of the flowers, and I don't have any of those done, so I have to do those. The watercolor technique now. All right, so I use a water brush, and close to my heart used to sell these, so many of you may have them already from my retreats when I taught watercoloring. I'm gonna have to pick this up. There we go. All right, there's not enough ink on here, so what I'm going to do is squish it. This is what they teach. You squish it and then get all the ink on here and then pick it up. And I find a drier brush works the best, especially if you don't know if you have watercolor paper. If you don't have watercolor paper, then you don't want to use a lot of water. If you do, then you can use all the water you want, and that usually works good. So that's exactly how you do watercoloring. Let's see if I can do the green. That might be a little bit easier to see. And I draw out from the center of the leaf because that is inverted and should be a darker color. All right, so that's the watercoloring technique that they teach with this. If you try the ink pad painting technique and you're not happy with it, like these images are really light and it's hard to see what the flower looks like and so on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to over stamp it with the black and give it some definition. I think it will really, really help, and you'll see the difference. And that's the beauty of clear stamps, is that you can line them up. I'm much happier with those. Don't you agree? All right, the layout is done, and I want to show you. I added holographic Nouveau drops instead of stickles, and I also added it down here and on here. It's really pretty, and you can see the yellowing outline that I put around here for a definition, and on that little flower. So that's that first page, and then the second page we did. So it's winter, winter, turkey dinner instead of chicken dinner. even though we didn't have any turkey, but it's still the idea. So really like how that turned out. And then I also did this cluster down here, and this one I stamped with the black, and that's a sticker with that highlighting, and then a sticker. Let's see, so we have this one with a flip flap. This is a flat one, and then this has a flip flap and another flip flap. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on that one page. 10, 11, 12, 13 photos. So they come out really pretty. I hope you like them. No turkeys, no anything else, just florals to encompass this layout. You know, you can use them for anything. You don't have to have theme papers to put down for your photographs, and this really shows that. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will be back with layout 2 from the scrapbooking workshop and some more of these retreat photos. All right, have a great day. Bye.